Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to draw such undersea world. So as you can see, we have two main objects, two fishes in the middle of the canvas and some kind of corals or seaweeds on the sides. It's quite easy to draw. I'm going to show you how to do it. So for this reference I use as usually canvas format A5, white, lemon yellow or any yellow you have. It can be also crimson red or dark red you have. Any blue. It can be good to have ultramarine and light blue, but any kind of blue will be good. As I said, yellow, white, I think that's it. As for brushes, I'm going to use brush number 10 for the main background, or any flat brush you have. I have brush number 10. And any round brush of smaller size, I have brush number 4 for some tiny details. Let's get started. I don't have the palette today, sorry. I'm going to mix my paints straight away on the lids of my of my jars. But if you have palette, please mix there. So first, I'm going to do the outline for my Undersea World. So honestly speaking, you can do it up to you. You can add any number of fish or any colors and any kind of fish. It can be any number, any size, and any place for your seaweeds or corals. One thing I just wanted that you do, it is exactly to place all these objects a little bit irregularly, so a little bit higher or lower. If you have two bunches of seeds, try to keep one bigger, another one smaller, one taller, another one shorter. You can add any directions for your corals and any colors also. So I am starting with outline. I wet my brush number 4. I wipe it. While doing this, I also make the shape for my brush. So for now I have kind of sharp edge, and with this sharp edge I just wanted to define where my objects will be. So first I wanted to know where is the sea bottom. It will be over here. I do it a slant because it exactly will help me to represent big distance and huge depth of overall sea world. Then I place two ovals in the middle. One is a little bit lower over here and bigger with triangle tail. It will be one fish. Second one will be over here, a little bit smaller and higher than the first one. So this irregularity also will help to represent the distance. The closer is object to the viewer, it is bigger for us, we perceive as bigger. The farther is the object from us, it is smaller. So I also place a couple of, I don't know, bunches of corals. One will be here, another one over here. I try to keep them also differently, bigger and smaller. That's it. For now we can start to do our main background, and I will start to do it with brush number 10. I wash it, wipe it, and I take white paint in one corner of my brush. The second one I grab the same time blue, and with this combination I try to cover my canvas, moving my brush horizontally from left to right. It's quite dark over here, so I just add a little bit more white over here to have light blue. But at the same time you can see I don't spread too much. You can still see some stripes and unmixed pieces of the paint visible. It is good, exactly for me, what I wanted to know, what I wanted to have. So, and then I do contouring around my fishes over here. you can overlap your fishes. It is absolutely fine because it's important to have very close background very close to your main objects, otherwise it will be looking like holes between your fishes and water. Then I grab the same combination blue and white, but more blue than white this time, and I go with this more darker version again over all my canvas. So continue spreading this among the canvas. I use my brush horizontally, doing such strokes, and this also helped me, I mean the direction of strokes also helps me to represent water surface, kind of waves probably, or any other, I don't know, huge masses of water. So the closer to the bottom is my water, the darker it becomes, and you can see that very quite dark blue, very dark blue is on the bottom part, and when we move a little bit higher we see that we have light blue. So the idea is not to have any holes or empty spaces on your canvas. Be sure that you covered overall background nicely. So, and over here so rest of my paint I just spread over here, overlapping sea sand sea bottom. But also it is important to know how to represent the deep layer of water, because it is really huge amount of water here, and the closer to the surface is this water, the lighter it looks. So because of the sun which comes from the upper part of the surface, and all these sun rays come through the water and highlight the upper part more than the bottom part. So to represent these sun rays, I just add some white. I don't wash the brush, I just continue using this white I don't know, stripes, laying them closer to the upper part of the canvas. I don't go with this white everywhere, just on the upper part. You can spread them a little bit, or you can just lay them. If you lay, and all this amount of paint will be visible, I mean all these traces will be visible, and they will help you exactly to represent all this huge amount of water and all of this reflection of sunshine in the surface of water. Yeah, so something like this. Again, your version can be different than mine, don't worry about this. At this stage I just leave my water dry, sorry. So because I wanted to do later, I wanted to do sunshine coming through the water, like sun rays, and for now I need dry paint to do this. I continue to do my sea bottom for now. I wore the brush number 10, and with this brush number 10 I wipe it. I grab some amount of yellow, and with this yellow I just go over here where I wanted to have exactly the bottom, and spread this yellow over here. And what is important, I overlap with this yellow my water a little bit. So honestly speaking, I already was overlapping with blue. I overlapping this sea bottom. So, and now I go higher with my yellow again to overlapping this blue, and I have kind of greenish as a result. And this greenish exactly is also a way to represent the depth of the water. Or we can also see illusion that it looks like a sand sea bottom, but because it is under the water, in huge distance, all this sand doesn't look yellow, it looks more greenish or bluish or something like we already done here. Also, I wanted to add more natural look for my sea sand using what I have some amount of blue over here. I just add one small dot of blue and a little bit white. So I have for now very light blue, and with this very light blue I go over there adding kind of stripes, any stripes, probably more blue over here. So these stripes exactly represent reflection of the sun rays, which come through the huge layer of water masses and reflect there. That's it. Just science. So some reflections everywhere. And you know, overall water surface or water itself is not stable. Sometimes, I don't know, we have waves or wind or something else. So all these masses of water move all the time. That's why they are so different all the time. So at this stage it is done. Now I can start doing the fishes. For these particular fishes I chose yellow with combination of red, just yellow and white. So you can use any your combination of colors, up to you. And also all the decorations, I mean all this, which kind of fish do you have, it's also your decision. I have such kind of fish. So I wash brush number 10 and I have some amount of yellow over here. I grab this yellow and I add just small drop of red, very tiny drop of red, very small drop of red. I have kind of orange, but it is not just bright orange, it's just a little bit reddish yellow. So, and I allow this mixture to my brush and I do the stroke. I lay this paint semicircularly, representing the back of this fish. The same over here. I try not to spread this, just lay. So as you can see, I have still bluish visible, and I can improve it later doing second layer. So with this reddish yellow, I also go to the tail, doing a little bit bright tail over here. In this case it is connection of the tail and the body of the fish. I just touch with this over here. Then I wash the brush. And I grab some white and I do the belly for the fish. Not straight stroke, but a little bit semicircular, a smile. I just lay this white. Also this white comes to the tail over here and over here. So what can we do again? We can use the smallest brush. I have brush number 4. Clean and wipe it, and I grab a little bit, very small amount of white, and I do the fins for my fishes. One will be over here, another one over here. The same for the second one over here. They look like triangles. But they are not normal triangles, they are a little bit slant. And again, the shape for these fins and all these tails can be different, up to you. So, and now I wash this brush, I wipe it, and I try to blend the inner border of these fins with the inner part of bluish I already have here. So I just blend this inner border of the fin with inner part, and I have for now illusion that these fins are almost translucent. So I just wash this border off, I mean inner border. So as usually, the further are the objects, the fuzzier they are. So we don't see particular details or very sharp images, but overall we see the overall image, and it is what we need to have, just overall image. So look, I washed inner border of the fins off. So, and now you can see kind of illusion of translucent fins and tails. Yeah. Now I let it dry. Probably I will come back to get more bright back for these fishes. I don't know. So now it's time to do seaweeds. I just wanted to add two bunches of seaweeds, one from left side, another one from right side. What I need some amount of yellow and blue. I mix them up to have dark green or bluish green semitone. If you already have blue, if you already have green, you can add small amount, very small amount of blue to this green to have exactly the bluish darker version. So, and this brush number 4, I'm going to do this seaweeds. So I mix my paint over here. I have for now bluish green, load it to my brush, and I do vertical wavy curly strokes, laying this paint on my canvas. So these seaweeds can be of different height. Try to keep them differently, and also I try to keep the traces of paint visible, so I don't spread too much. I just lay this paint on the canvas exactly to have all these illusion of volume, because exactly paint itself gives us the illusion of volume. Something like here. For now my seaweeds look a little bit flat, so I wanted to highlight them. I just touch yellow, and with this yellow I just check how bright it will be. So I'm going to highlight these seaweeds, just touching with this yellow some, preferably upper parts of your seaweeds, not everywhere. But again, this yellow helps to show that the seaweeds are, first it makes it visible in this fuzzy surface, yeah, it makes it visible at least, and also shows the volume. So for now we can see that, yeah, something is growing here, something like here. And it's also possible to do the third layer using white or white and yellow together. But with this whitish you go not everywhere, only on the upper part of your seaweeds. It means the sunshine does not come to the very bottom of the sea. So something like here. And again, we have still visible our green bunches of the core of the seaweeds, and yellowish is also here, as well as whitish. Overall, we split our fuzzy bluish green flecks into seaweeds. For now they are seaweeds. So now I can do corals. It is very easy to do. What I need red. I grab some red. Honestly speaking, I can use this red straight away over here on the canvas. Why not? I can try, because it will mix exactly on the canvas with the semitones we already have here. So I use brush number 10 to represent vertical parts of corals. They look like fingers. I also don't spread my paint too much, I just lay it. All these fingers, all these parts of coral are of different height. Some are aslant, some overlap, some of them can be, I don't know, just different position, can have different position. Okay. For now I have red flag, and now it's time to add volume to this flag. So I touch yellow and I'm going to do highlights from probably upper left side for each finger. Okay, I add these yellowish stripes, and these stripes help me exactly to split overall mess, red mess flag, to separate pieces of coral, and all these pieces of coral become visible for the viewer. So I add some touches, even the places where I did not have particular corals, I can add them, exactly highlighting with my yellow. So over here and over here. So the final step for these corals will be adding the upper part, the top of the coral. So what I need yellow a little bit. With this brush number 4, I don't wash it, I just touch yellow on the top of my brush, and I do on the very top of each finger, I do oval, like donut on the top of each oval, of each finger, not just oval, it is exactly kind of donut laying here on the top. Sometimes they are quite bright and visible, sometimes they are just overlapping and just have we see overall image, not not the sharp image of these corals, not so much detail there. So something like here. Okay. So this bench of corals is done. Next one will be another bench of corals, probably over here. I'm gonna use very dark violet to do this. So I have red. I grab this red, some amount of red, and some amount of blue, and mix them together and have quite messy dark violet. And with this dark violet I'm going to do, so I load this mixture to my brush number 10 and I do painting with this side, not the top of the brush, not the flat surface, but this narrow side, doing such painting over here. And these traces of the brush give illusion of branches. We can use such technique when we draw trees. We can draw any, I don't know, leaves and so on. So just overall dark lilac or dark violet fleck. Again, without holes. It should be covered everywhere with this dark violet. And then I have here the rest of this dark violet paint. I just add small amount of white or some amount of white to have more light or lighter version. And with this lighter violet I go again over here, adding the same, doing the same painting, but I don't cover everywhere. I still keep dark violet visible, and it means for me that this bench of coral consists of huge amount of branches or pieces. I don't know, do they have branches or pieces? Okay, and final step will be highlighting exactly the top of the coral. I can use my finger or you can use your brush. I'm going to use fingertip just to do this on the top of the coral branch over here. So again, I don't touch too much paint, just small amount. My finger is almost dry. I just do this light flapping again. Not everywhere, mostly on the top. You can see I still have previous two colors visible. I have darkness, I have again this light violet, but overall illusion of fluffy coral bunches here. So for now we are ready to finish. Yeah, my background is quite dry for now. I just can add more sunshine over there. I wash my brush number 10. I need it first, number 10. Then I delete extra water. Literally I just need to have quite dry clean brush. Then I touch a little bit white, literally it is one drop. I also can delete extra paint from my brush. I need to have only rest of paint, and with this rest of paint I do vertical, very light kind of strokes, but they are not strokes, they are traces of strokes. Exactly. I move my brush from top to the bottom. It comes not everywhere, only on the upper part of my canvas, because it represents exactly sun rays which come from the top. So my brush, I don't press my brush too much. You can see that it is almost flying above the canvas. I just touch and my brush takes off. But overall illusion, we have kind of illusion, yeah. Something. Probably it's good to have less paint. You can see I have quite sharp strokes over here. Okay. What's that? Something unexpected. And we delete it very easily, covering this extra paint. And it disappears. Yeah. Okay. At this stage we can finish with fishes and add more fishes if you want. But the second group of fishes will be far away from us. So, and yeah, let's finish with the biggest one. So I have here my mixture of yellow and red, probably more yellow. Also, I wanted to have reddish yellow, not just orange, but up to you. If you want to have more bright version, it is okay. And I cover a little bit more over here, adding the second layer of bright paint. So it is done for now. And also to do gills for our fish, I wanted to add this bright yellow flecks over here. I grab yellow and place this yellow somewhere in the middle, but not exactly in the middle, a little bit closer to the head, but still it's quite in the middle of the fish. And second one also. Something like here. I think it is done. Yeah, I add this yellowish over here to the tail to have more brightness for my fish. Oopsie, what's that? So, and final step will be adding eyes. The smallest brush you have, I have number 4. I touch black with very top. So just small touch. And I add these small dots. Now my fish can see what's happening. And yeah, if we can, if you want, we can add some another fishes which are far away from us, so they will be very small of the size, they're very fuzzy without any particular details. What can we use? We already have rest of. So if you have your dark green or bluish green, it is okay. Or if you have the rest of paint like dark violet, you can use this one. I can use which one I have yeah, okay, I mix green with blue together to have exactly bluish green, and I load this mixture to my brush number 10, and I use the same technique as doing corals, but horizontally. I place my brush horizontally, and I have kind of, I don't know, ovals or flags, oval flags somewhere. Some can be bigger, some of them can be smaller, up to you. How do you place it? It is also up to you. So I think it is enough. It will be illusion of fish which is far away, separated from the viewer with huge amount of water. With smallest brush, I have number 4. I add a couple of strokes imitating tails. They look like letter V laying horizontally. For now my paint is quite dry, so it's a little bit harder to do this accurate, but it is not a problem because this fish is really far away and we don't see particular details, just overall images. To get volume for this fish, I can add darkness to the belly from the bottom part of the body. Over here I add bluish touches from the bottom part because the sunshine doesn't come there, doesn't highlight from the bottom part, but from the upper part it is highlighting exactly from the upper part. I can add kind of light blue or light green, which I can do using my white. And with this whitish I can add a little bit over here, some touches, very lightly, not flecks, not strokes, just some, literally it is just touches. Okay, so we see that it is something happening here. If you want to do starfish, you can also do the same. So it looks as letter A laying horizontally, laying a little bit aslant. So what can I do? I touch my red with brush number 4 and do this outline for my letter A laying horizontally. So, and then I color in the middle part, and I have kind of star for now here. The color, you can change any color, you can use any color. I'm doing this reddish. So, and using your yellow, you can add some features to your starfish. So on the top of my brush number 4, I touch this yellow just a little bit, and I do kind of dots along this body, just to present that it is not flat. It has volume, it has, and again, it is okay to have not so many details, but if you have it, it's also fine. So I have kind of fuzzy illusion of, or fuzzy image of this starfish. So for now, Undersea World is ready. Probably I fix a little bit the nose, the head for my smaller fish. It is a little bit inaccurate here. How can I fix it? I just touch blue and cover a little bit and spread, and white also could be. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's session, enjoyed the process of drawing. I hope you have fun, and see you next time. Bye bye.